Well, g'day, Bob the Science Master here. This afternoon I'm putting together a couple of bee boxes. They're 8 frame, Langstroth, deep, and they're built with what's called box joints. They're strong joint, and that's what you want with a bee box. Now I bought these kits about 6 months ago. As soon as I bought them, I put some preservatives on them. What's it called? Copper naphthenate. There's a bit of controversy over copper naphthenate. It's a good fungicide, that's why I put it on. Some people think it harms the bees. I haven't noticed that to be the case. In fact, I've got a couple of bee boxes that I put together a few weeks ago, and I didn't have time to paint them. So what I've done, I've just done a little experiment. I've got 2 colonies of bees sitting in these Langstroths that have got the preservative, but no paint. I've found with copper naphthenate, it needs a good few months to get rid of the oil smell. Still very, very faint smell there, but it doesn't seem to worry the bees any, and that's the main thing. I need a couple of clamps. These are called pipe clamps for some reason, and I like them because they can be set to any length. I built a house 30 years ago and I used these clamps, these exact same clamps, to tie the floor together of the second story, one side to the other, work a treat. You need 2 sets. Now I'll show you how you can assemble these bee boxes without these clamps. A lot of people wouldn't have them. Alright. Got the sides. They'll all stack together all around the one way. At the top, the little tessellation is cut a bit short. That's so it fits in the end. It's important that we have these all stacked around the one way. Lucky with those, they're already down there. Right, the glue. I'm using polyurethane glue. The reason I use that because it's really got an end grain. It's a bit flexible, which is what you want, and it's waterproof. And we really want to keep the water out of these joints. With any luck, these bee boxes will outlive me. Alright, need to put glue inside all of the grooves in the tessellations, these cut out bits that make the joint. Now, I get about 20 minutes working time with this glue. So if I'm slow and the glue goes off, I'm going to have a lot of people that will notice. A lot of people put these boxes together without glue. I like to use a good bit of added strength. Don't need a perfect coverage, just a little bit. As the glue sets, it foams and expands, so it'll squeeze its way pretty well throughout the joint. That's another reason I like it, because it's really gap filling, fills up the gaps in the joint, keeps the little critters out that we don't want there, but mostly keeps out the moisture. Now there's right way and wrong way. That's the handle. Handles will go to the outside, and believe me, it's awfully easy to put it on the wrong way, upside down, inside out, the outside. And the little tessellations just fit together like so. And this is done in machines, so truthfully I wouldn't make these up myself. Okay, so let's get this one round the right way. There's the handle. Handle's got to be on the outside. And here's again where I might need an assistant, because I'm going to meant to make a mistake there. It was on the wrong way. Alright, just roughly putting it together. Alright, I want to bang that in. See if I can find a soft ball hammer. This is generally moderately chaotic, this shed, but I do try and keep the tools in a place where I can find them reasonably easily. Okay. I banged that one together, and I could set it up, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to assemble this one so that I don't have glue dripping all over the place. I had a neighbour who was a plumber, and he always used to say, measure twice, cut once. Good advice. As long as you can find your saw and your tape measure, and you can remember what the measurement's supposed to be. They're the sort of problems that I have these days. Timber things made out of hoop pine, which is good timber, bee boxes. And it's sustainably harvested here in Australia, and it's not fine. Bang all these together. Alright, that's good. Now, this is a shorter one. Probably won't fit this way, so we'll fit it that way. Now, if you don't have these clamps, instead of using nails that I'm going to use, you can use screws, and the screws will actually draw the job together. I only need to clamp them in one direction. To clamp each end separately. Okay. Just tighten each clamp separately. Too tight, we don't want to bust the thing. Alright, that's good. Now the nails. I use galvanised nails. These are light gauge. These are 2mm, 40mm long, flathead galvanised nails. Cheap. Alright, I don't just bang them in anywhere. I set them at an angle. I wonder if you can see that, but instead of setting it straight down the middle, I'm starting towards the edge of the joint and angling it towards the centre of the timber. I don't have to clamp it this way. my hammering is going to knock this nice and tight. And it's already nice and tight in the other direction because of the clamping. I'm alternating one side to the other. When I get to the end, I'll do something different. Now, each joint ends up with 10 of these nails. So it's really, really substantially put together. And this one here, I'm going to angle it downwards. So this is in the top. So I'm going to start in the middle, angle it downwards, gently hammer it in. The nails are quite long, so if you're not careful, they will poke out the other way. I'm going to wipe off any of the glue that's oozing out. It's another thing I learnt when I was building. The plasterer said you've got to work clean, and it's good advice. Now, put the nails in, but before I do, here's my square. Right. I've made this square just for bee boxes. It's very, very easy to assemble these things and find that it's actually not quite square. Well, that one, I'm lucky because it already is nice and square. Probably took me about an hour to make up that square, and it's very, very, very handy. Now this is wound up. See, it wobbles. This side's high. Now this side's high. It's got a twist in it. Now, I won't be using this bench again this evening, so I can put the weights on it. I've never dropped one of these on my foot, and I'm hoping that will start. Now, last but not least, put the gear away. It's a great glue, but it draws moisture out of the air to cure. So that means you really do need to put the lid on. I've had a black lid before and I can't see where I put it, but I keep a spare because I know how important it is to put the lid on, because when you don't, it turns into gunk very quickly. Well, thank you for watching. I'll go and show you these hoop pines. Here's a lovely big pine. And it's not a hoop pine. Here's a lovely big plane tree, and some people would say it's not lovely. And here is a hoop pine. Here's another hoop pine silhouetted against the sky.